Hey guys, Tisha here for another Sister Wives Season 1 rewatch. This is the honeymoon special and the end of Season 1. I said that the last video, but this time it's really the end. I checked and the next episode on HBO is Season 2, Episode 1. So, we begin this episode with Kody and Robyn in San Diego, California on their honeymoon. They're cheesing super hard, you guys. I mean, like super hard. We find out it's been 10 months of courting, and according to Robyn and Kody, it's been tough. That most polygamous relationships, they court for about 60 to 90 days. What's the divorce rate? Seriously, I'm not saying that it can happen because there are successful marriages out there for people who got married right away and they lasted. But I just want to know what the divorce rate is for polygamists, because that's a quick period of time to get to know someone and then get married. And then part of me wonders if in the 10 months they're including from the time they met each other to when they got married, or if they're counting from when he started taking trips to when they got married. I'm a little confused by what they consider to be 10 months, especially since we all know that Robyn and Kody knew each other longer than they say they did. I'm just saying. We find out that Robyn sent her kids to be with her mother. Why wouldn't you leave the kids with the wives? See, this is some of the stuff that I'm saying about Robyn. You wanted family so badly, but when it came time for the family to show up, rather than you asking any of the women to stay at home and help out with the kids, you called your mom to not stay there, but to keep them. Mary calls Robyn and asks her if it's okay if they get the kids for a couple of days. We then find out at this point that the honeymoon is scheduled to be for 11 days. Janelle says that she thinks that 11 days is ridiculous and she's angry. She knows it's not logical, but she's angry. Christine says, you know, it's very logical to be angry, and it is. But I think there's more to it than just that, because Janelle kept saying that she gets angry whenever she thinks about it. I don't think Janelle quite knew how to process the emotions that she was feeling in regards to Kody and Robyn, because it's not something that she experienced before. It was clearly jealousy, Janelle. You don't want to say that's what it was, but you were angry and you were jealous, because y'all kept comparing what you have versus what Robyn has. But then at the same point, you're telling us that each wife is different and each relationship is different, but you all are comparing. So there is something that you notice that is like remarkably different from what you guys have. Mary says that everybody's feelings in this situation are valid, but to her, the biggest thing is that she really misses Kody. We then hear about intimacy and how certain things aren't done during the courting process, and how now that Kody and Robyn are married, that they can explore together. And she's really excited to talk about this. I'm going to be honest, and I said it before, I still think that they did things before they were married. There's different things that have come up in the blogs about Robyn and if Robyn was pure or not. I can't speak to that, because unless she says it on the show, and I can't remember if she does. I know she has some type of talk about her virginity with the girls at some point in one of those episodes, but I can't remember what her experience was. So I'll say this. You all did more than just hold hands and do a peck here and there in those 10 months. To me, that's my opinion. If you think differently, let me know down in the comments below. She says now they're married and they're committed to each other, and they get to do things with each other, and things are changed. And once her and Kody became married, now she is connected to these women and Kody for eternity. Well, we know that's not the case now. Or are y'all? Guess it depends on their spiritual beliefs. Spiritually speaking, we'll say that's what Robin believes. Christine and the ladies talk about the different things that they did as far as their honeymoon goes. We basically found out that all of the women road tripped. They just didn't get as much time as Robin has gotten. Mary said that her honeymoon didn't even start until a few days afterwards because the first 3 days of it, she was sick. Janelle says that they didn't really go anywhere spectacular because they were broke. They then point out how Robin gets a different guy because Kody is evolved and so is your account. Like, let's not act like this show isn't helping things. I know that this show helped with some of the stuff. I don't know if TLC paid for anything, but the money that they got from filming this helped them a little bit. Mary says she felt a little cheated because they just celebrated 20 years of marriage and all she got from Kody was 3 days. Yet Robin gets 11. So from very early on, division was beginning. Because how is it fair that Robin gets 11 days? At this point, TLC could afford to even have a camera crew there for them. I don't know if it's because they didn't feel like it was worth it to go to Hawaii. Maybe it cost too much to go to Hawaii just for 3 days or what. But Kody and Mary filmed their own footage in their honeymoon where Robin and Kody had a team that was following them. The budget must have grew. Kody lets us know that they're going to go surfing. He said that he's so excited because before he even told Robin that he wanted to go surfing, she had it written down on her list and she wanted to go surfing. It's surfing. I'm sure there's a lot of people who want to try to surf. I'm not one of them. I love swimming. I love certain oceans. Let's be clear. I don't want to be anywhere where there's been some shark attacks and all the other stuff. I love certain oceans. I love the pool because I can really see what's in there. But surfing, like, okay, there's a lot of people who want to do it. She's not one. One of the things that the ladies said in that whole survival kit that they gave Robin before the wedding is that Kody likes to flex a lot in mirrors. So when she walks out from putting on her wetsuit, she's laughing because she caught Kody flexing. And as he's flexing, I'm looking to see what in the world he's flexing. Because remember, in season 18, our current season, Kody talks about how his pecs and his six-pack, his abs, is what Janelle wants. And I didn't see any pecs, any six-pack, any abs, muscles, any of that stuff going on here. So I guess he got it after all of this. Robin said that she's excited about surfing. We see them get in the water. She says she's willing to die to try to do something on her life list. She's not calling it a bucket list. She's calling it a life list. We then see them go to the zoo and they make out a whole bunch in public. I notice he's extremely affectionate with Robin. Extremely, like, not just being arm in arm, but her arm is wrapped around his back and his is wrapped around hers. And they're dancing and they're face to face and they're kissing. And at some point while they're dancing, his hand is below her waistline, like towards her buttocks. And it's just all stuff that I notice. I don't know if it's because they're newly married or if it's because he just feels the need to be extremely affectionate with her. Because later on in the episode, we see him talk about Janelle and how Janelle isn't very romantic. So maybe Robin comes off as more romantic to him and that's why he feels like doing this. I don't know. I still think that it's the love thing, but I'ma just, try not to be so one-sided. We see a lot of animals, and apparently a lot of animals are polygamous in this zoo. They point out how, excuse me, the rhinos, the ladies will not mate with the rhino male unless there's other women around. We see the lion, the male lion with the 2 female lions. Like, it's just a collection of animals. Never thought about all of that, but it is true. I talked about them dancing. Then they had to do the zip line. They have a good time with that. We later see Kody and Robyn at dinner. They're side by side. You guys, do y'all have dinner side by side? I hate when people are at a restaurant and they sit side by side. You will never catch me, just my personal opinion, side by side my man. I like him to be across from me, because it's just weird to keep talking and looking over like this and looking over like this when I could just be, you know, looking straight ahead like I am in this camera. I'm on a whole tangent today. Just follow along with me. Where was I? Oh, at dinner, Kody and Robyn talk about how hard it is to express how their honeymoon is going and how it's been, because there are 3 other wives at home and they have to consider their feelings. We see how you feel. You can say it's been wonderful. You can say it's been great. We see it. If Kody is supposed to be able to say that he loves Meri, he loves Robyn, and he loves Janelle in front of you, or he loves Christine and whoever he loves in front of his other wife, then you should be able to tell the wives that you had a good time. They already know what you were doing. And when they play back this episode, they're going to see a lot of what you were doing. Kody says, in this lifestyle, you have to think about everyone's feelings. I wonder when that changed. Back to the wives at home. They're getting ready for a picnic with the kids. The teens don't really want to go. They want to hang out with their friends and do other things, but they're going. Janelle says she is struggling. She is very frustrated and her attitude is up and down. They arrive to the mountains where we see them unpack. The kids are getting along well with each other. 3 wives said that overall it's been really easy with the kids. Flash to today, and Robyn will say that her kids suffered and it was very hard for them. Logan is handling the grill. Logan really was given a lot of responsibilities to be 16. I don't really like it. Maybe that's why once he became of age and he went away to college, we didn't see him as much, because he probably was tired enough. We see Peyton arguing with Aurora about being in his seat. Kids will be kids. They will. But I didn't like how she was sitting in the seat and he was standing over her, pointing all in her face like this, all in her face. That was a bit much, Peyton, honey. It started to make me wonder if that's part of the reason why Peyton and Gwen don't get along now. Because Christine even pointed out that Peyton picks on the girls sometimes, especially his sister. So it was kind of cute to see that he was picking because it shows that they're siblings and whatever else. No, Christine, there's nothing cute about that. Especially since it seemed that it lingered on in adult life. Meri then talks about how when she's upset with Kody, that she tends to detach from the whole family. So not just Kody, but the wives as well and the kids. When I heard Meri talking about this, I felt like Meri more than likely took out a lot of anger and frustration on her sister wives. We know that some of this has to be the case because there are times where Janelle and Christine have both vocalized that Mary was mean and she was hard to deal with. So they give her credit and say that her admitting that is a big step, because in the past, Mary would never speak like that. We find out that Janelle gets detached and Mary tends to be more needy, and Christine is in the middle where she needs both. While he's away and is getting closer to him being home, Kody sends out some message basically trying to say like he's worried about what he's coming back to. I guess he sent it individually to each wife. I don't think he sent it as a group text. And Christine says she doesn't want to focus on him coming back, or she doesn't want to keep thinking about him coming back, because their life doesn't revolve around him. Mary said it kind of does. And Christine, this is where you messed up, because you're saying that your life doesn't revolve around him, but Kody is accustomed to you doting on him. You can't switch it up and not keep having your life revolve around him. It's making him feel away. Apparently, we find out that Robin had a conversation with Mary, letting her know that she felt badly while Kody and Mary were on their honeymoon. Well, not their honeymoon. It was like a 20-year anniversary trip, because she didn't get a phone call from him. It was 3 days and it bothered her. But Robin wasn't a wife. So because of this, Robin is insisting that Kody calls his wives, because she said that for her, it made her feel more secure. So she feels like it would make the wives feel more secure. Christine attempts to give Robin credit and saying like she knows that a lot of the reason why Kody is communicating while he's gone is because of Robin. And Janelle and Mary say that they don't think it's mainly Robin. They think it's because of Kody. So Christine is giving Robin credit, but in present day, Christine was the problem. There's so many instances where Christine gave Robin grace and the other wives didn't. But in present day, Kody will say Christine was the main problem. Janelle talks about how surprisingly emotional she is. And she keeps saying it's not jealousy, it's anger. As I said before, it was both. Her logical brain just couldn't understand that it was both. She says that she ignored Kody for 3 days and finally answered the phone when he called her like 5 times. Kody says that he didn't like not hearing from Janelle for 7 days. Why is there such a difference in time? Is it 3 or is it 7? See, this makes me think back to now. Before, you did not like going, we'll say 7 days without hearing from Janelle. But here you are in present day and you were able to go 6 weeks without seeing or hearing from Janelle. You didn't even call her. But here it's a couple days and you call her multiple times because she wasn't responding. This is why Kody doesn't want to be separated. Because at one point Janelle said in the sitting outside that she was upset with him until she heard his voice and she started talking to him, and then everything started being okay. Janelle said that they've never been flowery things, giggles, and hearts. Whereas Kody said that he wants Janelle to be more romantic, but she's not. You guys tell me about how you feel about this whole romance talk. I cut a lot of it out. Basically, he's saying that Janelle, all his wives are different, and Janelle is the one who's definitely not romantic, and she's not into some of the things that Robin's into. I just feel like I come across that way, right? So in dating, I tend to be the person who has my wall up, who is very protective of myself, who doesn't overly emote, who sometimes can seem very stoic, even though inside I might be going through all the feels, as a way to, like, I don't know, protect myself, right? But when I found my person, I couldn't do it. I went from being this person who didn't want hugs to wanting to just, you know, collapse in his arms, or this person who didn't want you to clasp my hand while we're sitting on the couch watching a movie, to wanting to be that person. I turn into a softer version of myself when I'm with my person. So part of me wonders if some of the reason why Janelle isn't all love and just friendship, best friend this, best friend that, best friend this, is because they never, I was going to say because they've never been in love. I don't want to discredit their relationship and say that they weren't in love. But I do think at this point, they aren't. I think that they have a strong affection for another. I think they have a great deal of respect for each other. We hear about how they talk for hours and hours at a time, where Christine says that they barely even talk for an hour. If that Christine says she's not the intellectual one. He doesn't come to her because of her intelligence. That's not why he's there. And when I heard her say that, I felt that's rough. But it seems like the foundation of their relationship is friendship. I don't know if Kody was ever in love with Janelle. And I don't know if Janelle was really in love with him. I think she has a strong affinity for him. But because she's so logical, I just don't know. Maybe a logical person could let me know what y'all think down below. Mary says that the grass is always greener on the other side, and sometimes it's hard to see what's special in each wife. When they get home from their dinner, Kody, I'm talking about Robyn and Kody. This is, I guess it's like close to the last night of their honeymoon. He lets Robyn know he's going to call the wives. Rather than stepping out of the room, Kody has his conversation with Mary in the living room with her on speakerphone while Robyn is right there in the bathroom. Robyn held it together, but it made me feel uncomfortable because I don't understand why Kody couldn't step outside for that conversation. If TLC wanted to hear what Mary was saying on the other end, then you should have asked Kody to step outside. It was cringy, especially because Mary's talking about missing him and wanting to stay on the phone longer and all that other stuff. And you guys say that each relationship is separate, but sometimes they get intertwined by your actions. A couple days later, Kody and Robyn are back from the honeymoon. When they got back from the honeymoon and Christine talked to Robyn, she was in tears on the phone with Robyn, saying, "Please tell me, Robyn, that you needed this," while crying. And she said that she told Christine that she did, and Christine said, okay. And that was that. The sacrifices that these women made. The ladies go through this whole discussion about what they need, and I don't believe that Robyn needed an 11-day honeymoon. I believe that she wanted an 11-day honeymoon. For Kody to go across the country for his daughter's surgery in present day when Isabel needed scoliosis surgery, his answer was no. His answer was no because he didn't want to be away from the little ones too long. When when it was time for Kody to take his daughter to college, his answer was no because he didn't want to be away from the little ones too long. And of course, he didn't want to have to interact with Christine too much, but he couldn't do it then. Meanwhile, here we have a 6-month-old baby is your youngest and your oldest is 16, and you didn't have a problem leaving them for 11 days. We see Kody and the kids cook for the wives while they go out and shop and they try on different clothes, whatever. Robyn says one of the biggest things that attracted her to Kody was his love for his wives. So Robyn, are you no longer attracted to him? Because he no longer loves his wives. Not a one. Only you. I'm just wondering. Kody claims that as other additions are added to the family, he still has just as much love and affection for his wives and his kids as he did from the very beginning. I don't believe it. Meri ends it saying that although they've had a lot of pain this year and discomfort, at the end of the day, she knows they're going to have something big. What do they have right now? They don't have anything right now except for Robyn's mansion. And maybe Coyote Pass if they pay it off. Did they pay off Coyote Pass? I think somebody said that it's finally paid off. I don't know. Maybe they'll have that land. I know Janelle doesn't have anything. As a family, they don't have anything. Because Robyn's house is Robyn's house. So that is the end of season 1. Sorry that this was kind of lackluster. I wanted to make sure that I got it out to you guys today, though, because I said in my previous video that it would be out today, and I know that I will not be filming anything tomorrow. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down below. Until next time.